I think we were a little bit stunned by like kind of the outcome that happened. And I think if we'd have moved directly here, it might have been a little bit daunting still. Yeah. Whereas I think because we've taken like 2 steps back almost, it kind of let us walk before we could run, if that makes sense. 100%. And not just diving into something that perhaps we weren't ready for. So
yeah, 100%, completely. Hi and welcome to the Small Business Podcast for small businesses, where we're back for the second episode of 2026, which, yes, it's not the 1st of January, but we are going to talk about new year and new goals for 2026. So it's really important, and something I put up on social media was about whether you've got big or small goals. Now, for myself, I didn't have any big goals this year. I just went with, I'm just going to be a bit better this year. How about you?
Yeah, survival, I think. I think that sums it up quite well. I just wanted to kind of regroup and get to where we needed to be. Because, yeah, I think at the end of last year, it was not end of last year, it was end of 2024, I guess, weren't in the place that we wanted to necessarily be.
No.
And it was kind of that moment where it was like, right, let's check ourselves. Let's see what we can do. Do we pull the plug altogether, or do we regroup and kind of try and get to that next stepping stone? So, yeah, survival was definitely the one I was looking at.
And that was a whole of my 2025, was just to get through it. Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't jump on the social media trend of like 2026, 2025, let's go for a recap. And that comes to the end, or whatever the thing is. You'll all know the jingle and the trending music, but I couldn't do it because it was just to get through 2025. And I think it's so easy to look at social media around like that empty bit in between Christmas and New Year where everyone's putting out, oh, I smashed this and I did this and I did that. And you're like, oh, I just survived.
I think like, I don't know, do you think it's a case of like with everything social media that everyone's just putting on
highlight reel?
Let's just put on the highlights.
Yeah.
Let's not necessarily talk about the difficult things. Like obviously, not everyone's going to have the best year absolutely ever possible. There's going to be negatives for it. I mean, absolutely, cherry pick and take those positives and celebrate them. But equally, when we probably had more of a challenging year compared to a successful year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's probably why we're in that place of like, oh, I'm not going to go like shouting and dancing about like how amazing this year was. This time next year, obviously, we'll be all over it.
We'll listen back and go, we contradicted ourselves there.
You must celebrate what you've won.
But it is good to have big or small goals. So whereas mine's just like, let's just be a bit better every day. But I suppose the bigger goals is the office moves and what we've done, because this time last year we were in Long Melford still. We had the office that it just didn't work with the best will in the world. It just didn't. It wasn't right for us, which is fine.
Beautiful building, terribly cold or terribly hot. There's nothing in between. We're either roasting or shivering.
Yeah.
And I think like we kind of were hoping that we'd get a bit more footfall or a bit more bookings with like the photography side of things, and people using that as a photography space. Yeah, we had a few, but it was few and far between, and certainly not enough to warrant like the rent that we were paying. Yeah, on top of all the other bills that were significantly higher. And yeah, it just was. We tried it. Yeah, and we give it a good go.
And we learnt lessons from it. And we learned what worked and what didn't work. Because ultimately, from there, we jumped down to the, not this office, but the place we're in now. So we came to a business industrial office site. Yep. We scaled right back. So we had it. And we also, more importantly, went to appointment only, which is bookings only. And that's what worked for us. Yeah. The only problem was within 3 months we outgrew that, which is a nice problem to have rather than the other way round. Yeah. Hence then having this. So we've got a separate podcast studio, we've got a separate meeting and training room, and we've got the separate desk hire. But it's more of a inviting, the flow works better in the big room, doesn't it?
I think going back to like the days where you had breakout, of the original breakout office, and there was that overwhelm, wasn't there, with just people dropping in, and almost being too busy, which was
footfall was too high.
Which sounds bananas, but like actually, like for productivity wise, just wasn't where, and the footfall wasn't the right footfall. It was people dropping in for a quick chat or and in 3p off of a parcel or whatever ridiculous value that was.
So to cut a long story short, we have done 3 office moves in 6 months.
Yeah.
But now we feel like we're home. And the funniest thing is, which we came in on a Sunday to move everything around and get everything moved. And we were talking about how to design, the extra bits. And Liam's like, yeah, I've had a look at this, had a look at that. I've got a bit of a Pinterest board going. So I dug out my original Pinterest board for Breakout. And I started taking screenshots to share with Liam, going, oh my God, this is what we were talking about earlier. Oh my God. And it got so ridiculous. I had to send you the board, which was exactly the same. So, yeah, for those that believe it, also, we are the same star sign. But for those that believe it, it feels a bit like we've kind of manifested to get here, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we've got to now, I mean, there's a few bits to do, but we're there.
But yeah, like getting to where it is that we wanted to be. And like, oddly enough, like I remember, this is even before I got made redundant and kind of went out and I worked for myself. I remember I was at work and I was designing my office studio, and I was doing it on PowerPoint because for being lazy and just grabbing stuff. And I remember one of the little icons was actually one of the plants that we've got in the window.
Love.
And like, it was just like, I didn't intentionally think I want that plant, but like, it's like kind of because I was designing my little office space.
That was the plant.
Those plants, 2 or 3 of those plants that I now we have here, turned up. And then also I remember I did like, me and a couple of guys that I was doing a podcast for at the time, Ollie and Ben, we were all talking about things that we wanted to achieve, and Ollie had done some kind of manifestation kind of exercise, and we all dropped a voice note, and it was all talking about where we wanted to be in the future, or like where we were in the future. So we were talking about where we were, and I talked about going down to the office, and but it was in Sudbury, whereas like we were in Melford, and then we happened to have come back to something like it's just
now we're back.
It's just full circle, and like it's strange how those things, whether you believe it or not, like but like kind of I do think that it's all come good,
and come at the right time as well, because I think we couldn't have done this a year ago. It just wouldn't have been possible. So to have it done now and to go into 2026, and whether you believe like January start or New Year, some people say spring's a new start, but it's come at the right time to really have that move, get this set up, and we've got very clear ways of working as well, haven't we? Of just, so the good mix of having it like Breakout, people can come in here and we will have a coffee machine, which we will definitely have by the time this goes out. So we'll have a coffee machine, so people come in, desk hire or grab a coffee, sit and have a quick chat, use the space. So the space is open to everyone. It's just us, the people that are bookable, and the meeting room and the podcast room and the desk hire that's bookable. So it's a nice blend and balance, which we didn't have before. But also we're still not on the high street. We are on a business industrial estate. So it's a different vibe. People aren't just walking past and as they're going to their business. So it's completely different.
More focused on our target audience, right? So not just the casual drop-in. It's
somebody you have a business.
Who's in business and who's actively working on it. So,
exactly that. So, and with the extended team and having a space, we've got launch dates planned, events planned, and the first one is the first Thursday of February, where we have our monthly networking. We've just had our first networking event of January, which was a bit different. It was off-site and it was more about wellness and looking after yourself. And we partnered with a couple of people. We had it at Little Gems. And again, that was a huge success because it was done a bit differently, going through our learnings. Whereas the first Thursday in February will be here and it will be about us like an open evening, see the new space.
Launching.
Yeah, exactly that. And to have everyone here and seeing it and getting some feedback will just be another
proud moment.
Yeah.
Proud moment.
Yeah, exactly. So
I threw you off for a proud moment, didn't I?
Did.
Yeah. I think it's gonna you've had the previous networking off-site and kind of little gems and that was fantastic and absolutely appropriate for the style of networking that was. But I think it's going to be good to kind of see people in the space and to just kind of give people a little bit of explanation, but also to show them where we are as well.
Yeah,
because I know that's again with the smaller kind of location that we were working in, where we're kind of making sure I'm recording this day, so don't book any meetings in, or I've got a meeting so you can't have recording that day. We've got dedicated spaces and elements and kind of just really showcasing the potential that we've got here.
And we can all mill and buzz about and get stuff doing. We've got notice boards up so people can advertise their businesses. We've got space to put about our extended team up as well, so it's just so much ready to hit the ground running and go through. We talked a lot about our good, better, best framework in terms of the good is things like this. It's the podcast, it's the chat, it's the free stuff you can access 24/7 from the podcast for YouTube to social media and all those bits where we're giving that chat and advice for free. Whereas the better will be the room we're sat in now. It's the workshops and training rooms, and there'll be like when you run a how to build your own website, so people literally had their hands held while they created their own website. And then the best is obviously that one-to-one and doing it for you. So more going through that, because then no matter what business walks through these doors, we can help them, whether they have a huge budget or no budget. There is something we can signpost people to get that help. And I think this space naturally fits that as well.
A huge compliment to that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can have that. We can have, we can provide people with the online resources for free that they can access by going to listen and to watch.
Yeah.
Or they can come and join a group session in this, beautiful meeting space.
Yeah.
Or they can book a one-to-one and have that one-to-one service. So I think it's a good mix, and we're so lucky to have the space to be able to do that now. So.
And I think this come up at the right time, didn't it? So.
Yeah, I think, where we were in Melford, I think we were kind of a little bit stunned by like kind of the outcome that happened. And I think if we'd have moved directly here, it might have been a little bit like daunting still. Yeah. Whereas I think because we've taken like 2 steps back almost, we've then been able to kind of get excited again and put, not that we weren't excited coming back, but like it kind of let us kind of walk before we could run, if that makes sense. 100%. And not just diving into something that perhaps we weren't ready for. So
100%, completely. So you're all obviously invited to the first networking in February, which is the first Thursday of the month, and from 5 till 7. So everyone's welcome to come down. So go on the Breakout website to book the networking and pop down, have a look, have a nose, meet us if you haven't already. If not, come down, have a drink and see what the new space is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're thinking that, you haven't set any New Year's resolutions or, that time of year where you set goals and stuff, it's funny for a business, isn't it? Because I think we will get swept into the January kind of thing, but perhaps it should be, dare I say, the April kind of time because of like, tax and all that kind of stuff.
Because of HMRC decided randomly the 6th of April was the day.
Yeah. But I think just kind of off the back of our experience, it's like kind of you don't have to have those huge goals. It's perhaps taking it a little bit steadier and you can start a goal at any time.
Yeah.
Just because it's the first. I mean, there's statistics to say that like 89% of people who set a New Year's resolution never see that through to the same time next year. So, why not do yourself a smaller goal that you can achieve in 3 months?
Yeah.
Rather than thinking like that, the bigger long-term one, because effectively that's how we've managed to get to where we are.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, because we changed in June and then now in November. So, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
So, but yeah, as always, like and share this for us. It means the world to a small podcast. But also, if you know someone that's struggling with goals or struggling with that imposter syndrome with goals, then share this episode and let us know. And of course, come and pop down, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.